Aloha Takeout, kind of show you how it supplements what your staff is using, how they would use it, and how they interact with it a little bit, just to give you a sense of familiarity for it, and how it ties into the Aloha system. And then after she does that, I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you a walkthrough of a sample example order for the online ordering, so you can see that also from the guest perspective and how easy it is for them to take advantage of. So with that in mind, we're going to talk a little bit at first about what this actually is for you. The Aloha Takeout system is a base module that ties in with your system. It integrates completely across it at every level and works to help you utilize your guest information to make the experience for them as seamless as possible in doing carry-out orders, as well as getting some information that is actionable to you as the owner or the operator. All of the information that you can acquire on your guests is extremely precious and helps you with both marketing and building sales and building loyalty and retention, and those functions are fundamental for this. From here, there's lots of other things that we can do to add on to this base and to utilize that information to give you the ability to do other things, such as managing your weight or tying it into your kitchen solutions, things along that. And while we can look at the examples here where we say that it is loyalty and payment information and identifying customers, what we're really looking at here, to sum this up, is primarily looking at speed of service, looking at increasing your sales, more money back to your bottom line, and to make this as profitable as we can for you. After all, it's a business, and we are a partner in this with you and really take your profitability seriously. We understand that's why you're here, and that's what you're looking for as a business. And also looking for customer retention, customer loyalty, because that's fundamental towards keeping your sales and wowing your customers, so that not only are they coming back to you and being repeat customers, but also so that over the future they are recommending you and helping you build your sales beyond what they are right now. So the way that the Takeout module looks is when you come into Aloha, you will come in, your staff will be presented with their normal login screen. It looks just like it does if they were to come in to do a regular table order within the restaurant, and this screen would be customized for your individual restaurant. So your screen may not look exactly like this, but what we're looking for when you come up here is this Takeout button. And the Takeout will go back and forth between it every time you take that. It takes you into your opening screen here. Your main screen for Takeout has a whole bunch of heads-up information here across the top. You can see where you've been at for Takeout orders so far today, as well as pickup if you're doing that, and how many are currently pending and waiting. So you can take at a glance as you walk by and look at it. You know, do I need to have somebody pulled off of my staff to go be preparing for a larger number of orders? Do we have something big coming up? Where are we at? As well as what we're talking about for the wait time. And this integrates with your Aloha system across the board if you're using other modules and other things that, such as Aloha Kitchen or Aloha Weight Management for your waiting list. The system as a whole is aware of these things and can take action to adjust your quoted wait times as well. So starting from here, when a customer calls in, if they are tied into the system, we can see their phone number when it comes up, or you can enter in the phone number when they call in, or if they were to walk up to you and just say, hey, I'd like to place a carry-out order, we can enter the phone number. And to the right of that, you'll also notice that there's a little keyboard symbol. We can also tap that to go ahead and type in a name as well if we don't have a phone number, or if they just step up to you and say, hi, my name is Dave Smith, and I'm here to place an order. If you do that and the name or the phone number is not entered in our database and it doesn't show up, then it will go ahead and press the Add Guest button for you so that we can begin taking your guest information and get the order process started. What it will do from there is bring up this screen where you are primarily just entering in the customer's name and the phone number. And the rest of this, if there's a note you need to specifically add. But we're not looking at accumulating a large amount of customer information at this point. We'll have plenty of opportunity to go back and add notes and additional information. What we're really looking for is, from the guest point of view at this time, the clock has started ticking. They want to give you their information. They want to know that the order is going, and they want it starting ready and going. We can go back and add the additional details later if we need them. So with that in mind, we're just going to assume that the person has walked in, is looking to place an order with me today, and I'm going to go ahead, take the name, the phone number, and I'm going to go ahead and start it as a walk-in order. So after I do that, it will just roll me right back into your standard Aloha order screen, as if you were a table in my restaurant and you were telling me what you would like. So we go through, we choose all the items that you are that your staff is familiar with. They'll go through the regular order screen. If they're a bartender, they'll see it as a bartender screen, and everything will be familiar just like they're used to all the time. The only thing that's going to be different in this screen is that up here in the corner, we now have a running clock keeping track of where we are in the time. Because from your guest perspective, this is what matters. This is when they gave you their order, and this is how long they've been waiting. Every additional length of time that they are waiting is substantial, and it's important to them, and we want to show that we respect their time and we're working on it. After we get the order in, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit the Confirm Takeout button here, and this will bring you up to this screen. So this is the opportunity for your person who is taking the order, whether it be the bartender or host or waitstaff or whoever, or somebody just working the phones, to go ahead and repeat the order back to them to make sure that we've got it correct. We're verifying the customer information on there. We're verifying their phone number that they've called in with, so that if we have any questions or follow-up, or if anything is unusual with their order, we can make sure that we can reach them. And then also, this gives us the opportunity to confirm the quote time that we've told them. Once we do this with them, we can go ahead and press how they're going to pay, and it will return us back to our main screen. You'll see there's a lot of additional things that we have here for buttons. So looking across the top there, we have the key in the top left corner for Aloha, Lookup, Pickup, Future Orders, and our Log Out. In this case, we're going to assume that the guest is back and they are ready to pick up their order that they've placed with us now. So when they walk up and say, "Hi, I'm here to pick up my order," your staff would just simply press the Pickup Order, and it will show you a list of all the orders that are pending and ready to be picked up. So since we're past that time, or if it's tied in with the kitchen, they've let us know that the order is ready. We'll see the order status here is ready, so we're going to tap on it, and that's what highlights it in green. And then after that, we'll go ahead and choose Tender to go ahead and pay for the order. So the guest verifies that the order is correct, they give you the payment for them, and it returns you to your standard payment screen, just like they would be using in the restaurant. Everything here works as normal. You go ahead and select the method of payment, run their card, anything you need to do to take care of the payment, including gift cards or any loyalty cards that would be taken care of. And then it returns you back here with the amount of change due for them, and right back to your regular view so you can see any other pending orders that are coming. So far, very straightforward. Behaves exactly like your staff is used to for training purposes. Should feel very familiar to them, and hitting OK. The other way we can do it, I mentioned, is that we can do it by looking up their name. So if I type in part of a name here, I can search for that name, and it would bring me up the entire list. If there was many people here with the name integrated, we could scroll through the list to find more. If their name had been entered in here as both Dave and David, it would give you the opportunity to do a partial search and see their name. In this case, I'm going to show you what happened when a guest comes back and had a wonderful evening with their carryout, enjoyed it immensely, and now they're looking at returning to our establishment and hopefully picking up a pizza to take home on their way home and share with their family. So if we wanted to start an order for a later date, I would choose the name of the customer again, and this time we're going to start a delayed order for them. So it gives us a pop-up here that allows us to choose what date and time that we would like to do it. And then the prep time here is how long it would take to prepare. And then it will default back to whatever the normal time is that we've told it to anticipate. And that time is the lead time that it will take to send it to the kitchen. So if I set this for 6 p.m. at 5:40, it's going to go ahead and fire that ticket back to the kitchen so they can go ahead and start making it. It'll be fresh and hot there. If we had an unusually large order, we do have the opportunity to come back in here and say perhaps extend the prep time on it for that individual order. And your management will always have the time to review future orders before they come up so that they can also look at them and say, okay, I know we quoted this guy a half hour, but this is a pretty sizable order. Maybe we want to go ahead and give the kitchen 45 minutes prep so we can get all the carry-out items together, or especially if it was, say, a catering item and you have a large amount of prep to go with it. So with that in mind, and I wanted to do this for 6 o'clock on the following day to pick it up, I can go ahead and schedule it as a pickup order. Return to my normal item, ring in everything as I would like it to appear for the kitchen, confirm that with my guest again, and it will go ahead and add it into the queue and return you to the main. Another way we can do this is to choose a repeat order. And so Aloha logs all the information from all of your guest interactions and keeps track of everything all the time anyway. One of the things that makes it amazing is that it keeps track of all the information for you, whether you realize you need to keep track of it or not, and so that later we can go back and we can take a look at that information and use it in interesting and useful ways for us. By choosing repeat order, it will say that we've got this customer, and it looks back at a history of all the items that they have ordered from us in the past on previous visits to our establishment. Now, down the left here, we have their last several orders, and it would continue scrolling down if we had lots of orders in. But it shows the last one that they have placed in this case, that pizza that I ordered. So if this customer decides that this pizza was fantastic, and I'm going to make this my routine on Thursday nights when I'm coming home, I want to swing by and I'm going to pick up a pizza, and I'm just going to use this kind of as a standing order, or we know that it's something they particularly enjoy, this gives us an opportunity to take that pizza, that item, look at it, and by pressing the favorites button in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen there, we can designate this as a favorite item, something to pay attention to for that customer. So when they call in, we have the opportunity to say to them, would you like that the way you usually prepare it? We see here that you order it well done, or for in this case, I put a note in there saying that it has extra napkins for the ride home because we know this guest likes to eat their pizza in the car and only half of it makes it home. These are opportunities for us to wow them with the little things that we've remembered about them, as well as to ensure that they get it with the satisfaction when they arrive home, that we know that they like to make sure that they have carry-out silverware because they aren't going home to eat it, or we know that they like extra ranch dressing with their chicken strips. Those notes stay in here and are another place where we can really make the guest feel at home as if they were still in the store and getting those requests taken care of for them. So if I choose that order, then I can go ahead and take care of the notes, make sure that everything is correct with the customer, repeat it back to them, and then we can go ahead and order it. Now, looking across here at some of the other things, we have the ability to go back and edit the guest details. And I mentioned previously that we had lots of information that we were able to keep track of for them. If we do edit the guest details here, we have the ability to keep track of lots of personal information for the customer based on what services we are providing at our restaurant. So if we do a curbside pickup, we have a tab on there to take care of their car information, so we know we're looking for a silver sedan or a minivan. We can keep track of their email addresses for marketing. I've found in the experience in the past that the best way to get email address with customers that seems relatively unobtrusive, especially if you've been dealing with a large amount of customers for a while, is to ask them if their email address is correct and make it wrong. So if I say, is your email address johnsmith@yahoo.com, they will, without thinking about it, correct me and say, no, it's smith.john@gmail.com. We habitually do that essentially without even thinking of it, and then you can take care of that in there. Please be respectful of their emails, but this isn't something that's passed along to anyone else. The email address and all this database and the information that's in here is yours and yours alone for you to use for internal marketing or however you choose to use it. We can also make notes in here that are general notes, things that they enjoy, or if they are doing delivery at your location, we can put notes in here that would keep track of it. Now, I'm not going to go through all the delivery process here today. I just want to make sure that you're aware that that is something that ties into the same information, and we can keep track of things like go to the side door or things of that nature. We can also put in here other people that are on the same account, food allergies, which is particularly important nowadays. It's good to have a remembrance of that, and it certainly shows that we care about it. People who do suffer from food allergies are particularly sensitive to that, and they're particularly wowed by places that cater to those allergy needs, especially, for instance, if it says your child has a peanut allergy or things like that. So from there, we can keep track of that information. Now, originally up here at the top with those tabs at the top, we can view over to future orders. And this is something that both your staff and your management would want to keep an eye on. From the staff's point of view, this lets them know what they need to get ready, and they will often pre-stage carry-out orders and things along that line so that they're ready for them, as well as getting prep. From your management's point of view, this is something to keep in mind, not just from I have to get the order ready, but also making sure in the morning that your staff is properly prepared in the kitchen and that you've done adequate pars. If you have a large catering event that is 20 Reubens this afternoon, then you definitely want to make sure that your staff cut up extra corned beef in the morning and has everything prepared for it. Also, large amounts of catering things would call for making sure that you have your catering trays and things ready and that you have somebody on staff prepared to be able to prepare that order at the time, that you have the packaging ready, that you have the staff there to handle it adequately during a rush hour. You can look through these from whether you're looking ahead for today's, whether you're looking for just a specific future day, whether you're looking for the month, or if you just want to take advantage of looking at an individual customer and saying, okay, so I cater to the hospital nearby and they do a standing lunch order every Friday for their meetings. But you can take a look at everything that they've got here. On the back of the house side, the Aloha Manager will have a separate tab for you at the top. So you have your one tab for your regular restaurant reports, and you also have a separate tab that switches you over to just being able to view functions specific for your takeout. When we look back at your reports for your sales numbers and things upon that nature, those would all be included, but the takeout allows you to look at some specific reports that would be individual for just your takeout business and take a look at your customer base. So looking ahead through that, if I select takeout, the most important one for you here are your reports. And there's a few different categories of reports. I'm going to bring up a list of a few of them here, and then we're going to take a look at some examples of each of those reports and how you run them and what information you are able to get out of those. So looking through your reports, we've got some things that allow you to do some future planning in your future orders, what's open and pending, specifically some things related to catering, and then the most important ones here are about interacting with your customers, noticing who's there, who's not there, and how we take care of their issues. Looking here, this is how it comes when we choose a report. So in this case, I've chosen the top customer report. The bluish-gray column there, the second column over, is showing any choices or selections that we need to make with it. So we can change the dates and the perimeters of the report. And then upon choosing those perimeters, all we have to do is press the little green button up there, and that's what actually runs the report. The other choices to the right of that are if we want to do some printing or if we want to export some of those things, and we can export them as reports so that we can import them into a mailing list program, or we can print them as mailing labels, shipping, things like that for doing postcards and email reminders and that kind of information. So with that in mind, the first one I want to look at here is an absent customer report. And what we're looking at here is a list that is generated, and I've kind of erased some last names and phone numbers. But this would include all of the information for customers who have just not been here in the last 30 days. We know they've eaten here, they've tried carryout before, they are a customer of ours, and for some reason they just haven't been back here. So maybe we want to entice them back, as these are the people specifically we want to target with postcards, custom mailers, or whether we want to do an email. Something to remind them of the things that we have, but just to keep us in their mind and tell them that we want their business back. It also may be an opportunity for you to cross this against the list of things that were issues with deliveries and find out if maybe something happened in the past, and that's the reason why they haven't returned. They had an unpleasant experience, and maybe we want to reach it out to them and make it up to them. We have a callback list report here. And this one is instanced, I'm looking at just yesterday's callback, and this is just kind of a summary of what took place yesterday. These were the people who ordered, their contact information, and we have the reference, the order number. So we could actually look up the individual check if we wanted to and see what they ordered, but primarily it's just a summary. The interesting point here from management and owner's point of view is taking a look at what your promise times are and what your close times were. So in this case, if we look at some of these, for instance, like the fifth one down, sixth one down, the major one there, the Magellan Aramco, we've got a $48 order there that we promised them it would be ready at 11:13, and it was not closed until 11:48. And that's kind of a substantial gap. That would be one that I would probably inquire as to why it wasn't closed, or if there was a reason something was unhappy or something had to be remade, but that would be worth taking a look at as well. The other ones here seem pretty good. Maybe the customer didn't arrive right at time to pick it up, or maybe, for instance, I guess that third one down there, Lord, is a pretty substantial one too. 11:30 became 12:48. Did the customer come back and change the time, and we just held the ticket rather than changing the anticipated time in the system, or was there something afoot there as well? We have a customer credit report, and this is not what it sounds like. What we're looking at here are instances that were gone through the takeout system where we're looking at something was wrong, we offered them a credit, and in this case, I mean a comp or some sort of compensation for something that was not the full value of what they ordered. Whether something wasn't what they expected or not quite prepared how they wanted it. But we've got a reason to go here and look at. And what we're looking for is patterns, trends. Is this a training issue where we need to address our front of the house staff and say, look, these are the things that we're missing. We forgot to include napkins. We forgot to include things, and they called back and they had to make a second trip to pick up a dessert item or something that was prepared on your end. Or is this something that came from the kitchen? Are we consistently burning pizzas? Or is there things along that nature that we need to take care of? Or it may just show us that we have a really high value of coupons returned for carryout. Sometimes this is excellent when you are testing out things from a local newspaper says that we want you to do advertising with us, or for a high school fundraisers, calendars, or things. It's a nice opportunity for you to look back and say, okay, am I really getting the return on that? So if I run a promo for $5 off of carryout pizzas on a weeknight, on a slow night, I can take a look at a glance here and see what is my actual return on that item while I'm evaluating my carryout business. We have a future orders item summary, and this is looking kind of what I was saying before, but this is the back of the house report to show you here is specifically what I have coming up. If I had a large amount of, like I said before, Reubens, and you want to make sure we have enough corned beef prepped for it, this would also be maybe looking ahead at the next week, so that I could say not only am I looking at the items that I need to have prepped, but did I actually even order enough from my food vendor to make sure that I'm prepared and I didn't take care of a large catering order where we had chicken strips, by the buckets, and now I'm out of chicken strips for my dining room. These are where we would head that off and take a look at what we need to make sure we're getting. We can break it down specifically by the individual customers as well. And again, this is looking for those reoccurring customers or the places that order from you hopefully often and are happy. We have information stored for the person here, and we can see kind of how they normally take care of it. In this one, it looks like they have a pending payment on file with us. They've got a couple orders here, and we can see when it's ready for them. Equally important, we have just our standard mailing list. This can actually be printed off to mailing stickers as well if you intend to do things that way. Again, I've added some information out here, but what we're looking at is being able to, at a glance, print out stickers, mailers, those kinds of things, as well as take a glance at some of our high-value customers here and see what zones we're serving. So are we serving the neighborhood communities is another good thing you can look through on here. Am I getting all of the suburbs? Am I getting the communities in here showing up in this list that I would expect them to, or is my business not being marketed personally and I'm only getting carry-out business from businesses that are in my immediate vicinity or existing customers? And then we have an order status report. Your order status here is just showing you the list of closed items, but it's also showing some that were abandoned. So on this particular one, if we look at the very last order there from Aaron, for some reason that order was abandoned. We put in an order and then they changed their mind. And was there anything that needed to be addressed in this? We can look at the individual. It will show if anything was open or still pending as well. And then your top customer report. I like this one a lot. It's interesting to see on here from your customers not only who are your repeat customers, how many times they visited, but these are the people that realistically you probably already know. You know them by face if you don't know them by name. Most managers and owners take a personal pride in their business, and they know who the regulars are. They know the people who are in here. So these are people, if you are running our hosted solutions, if you're doing stored value gift cards, these are the people who are probably buying those gift cards and giving them away as presents. These are the people who are probably your biggest references in the community. So perhaps we want to make sure we shake in these people's hands, that we are rewarding them or encouraging them or at least thanking them for their time and their patronage. If these people are not aware that you offer gift cards, these are definitely the people you would like to send a reminder to for the holidays, saying, hey, the holiday season is coming. Please look at our gift card solutions and those kinds of things, because they're already believers in your business. Looking here, Norma's been here 60 times. I would definitely want to thank Norma for her business and make sure that she knows how to spread the word a little bit easier. So what is it really? Your Takeout is primarily you, but it's an interface that allows you to speed up your service, We're not going to slow down with the details. We'll fill those in later, but we want to get right into getting the order for your customer and helping you make more money. And by seeing those add-ons and the things that they usually order in their carry-out orders, they usually order a dessert, they usually order breadsticks to go with that pizza, we can make sure that we're not passing up on any sales just because we're in a rush to get our customers taken care of and out the door. Even if they are not sitting in my seat, they're a valued customer because the truth of the matter is at any given time, most of your customers are not in your store. But that doesn't mean we can't take care of them and make sure that their orders are handled correctly even when we are not there to do it in person. And also it's about wowing our customers, reminding them of all the value that they are to us and that we've taken care of the details, that we are there in front of them with the answers that they need and the things that make their evening easier, because there's nothing like getting home to take care of the kids when you're rushing home from a busy work day and you're stressed and you're trying to get your kids to soccer and you forgot that you needed to grab all the napkins and the silverware and things like that, and opening up the bag and finding out that somebody remembered it for you. Those are experiences that really stick with you and show that we really care. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it back to Renee for the little bit here. And she's going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the ordering process and the online ordering. And then I will come back and talk a little bit more here about some of the other things and give you an example and walk you through.
Okay, Bill, thank you so much. Can everybody hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to jump in and talk about online ordering. So give me just a second here to get my slideshow going. Okay, so online ordering, what is it? It is a cloud-based hosted solution that was created by Aloha for the Aloha point-of-sale system. Hence, it seamlessly integrates with what Bill just talked about, and that's AlohaTakeout. And then it goes through AlohaTakeout, which then integrates with the point of sale. So what we're talking about here is a product that was built for your POS system, okay? A couple of benefits that online ordering can bring to you. One is additional revenue center, and secondly is branding, additional branding. So how easy is it for a customer to do business with you? So a couple questions you might ask yourself are, do you cater to large office parties or even small office groups? And do you do that often? And then do you have a large carryout business? If either one of those resonates with you, then online ordering could be the answer to make it easier for your customers to do business with you. So next, let's talk about some challenges with remote ordering. When Aloha develops a product, it looks at a couple of things. It looks at industry trends, number one, and the second thing it does is it looks like challenges that you as an operator might face. And then what it does is it takes those two things, and that's what drives the development, okay? So based on those two things, here are some of the challenges that we have found that affects you as an operator. Sorry, my phone cut out. Number one, ineffective customer interaction. Number two, inconvenient and unsecure payment options. 3, order accuracy, speed of service, and then back again to brand awareness. Now, how do we combat these for you? The first one is through customers can control the ordering process and avoid wait times on the phone or other delays. So, it enables them to put orders in days or weeks ahead of time, and also to be able to do it on off hours. So maybe during your lunch hour when you don't have somebody sitting there on the phone, the person that wants to put in the order can do it anytime at their convenience, okay? The second piece of is payment information is securely stored for future orders. We all know about the PCI compliancy and the breaches that are happening out there every day. Aloha online ordering is the secure mode of payment, and it provides an easy way for your customer to pay and you not having to worry about that credit card information being breached. The third, through order accuracy, the customer ordering and reviewing options and integration with NCR, Aloha POS. We kind of covered that before, but the bottom line is that paper and pen often equals mistakes. When someone's able to do their own large group order, they're the ones that are holding themselves accountable to make sure that they're entering that order in and being able to review it to make sure that it's been put in correctly. Next, we have the speed of service. You know, web orders are instantly distributed to the store and then routed to the POS and to ATO. So it's sitting there waiting for you, whether it's put in a week ahead of time or 2 days ahead of time or just that morning. And then the last piece of this, again, brand awareness. And I've said this a couple times already, but online ordering enables you to be able to really give your site the look and feel of your restaurant. And then Bill is going to show you some examples here after I cover my part, then Ryan Huckabee is going to cover a part of an actual customer in their market that is doing online ordering. And it's really pretty amazing as online ordering is put out there as a template for you to make it easy to put together, but you can really turn it into making it the look and feel of your restaurant. And then lastly, bottom line is that online and mobile ordering gives your customers the ability to enjoy your restaurant on their terms, as well as helps you achieve higher profits. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Ryan Huckabee, who's going to do the second part of the presentation. I'm going to pass you the ball here, Ryan.
All right, Renee. Did we want to look at the Nico Cocina site, or do we want to look at an actual live customer?
The presentation that we have, I'm going to go ahead and pull that back up and just run it for you, Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Hold on a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I may not need the ball then.
Yep, I'll just go ahead and run it for you. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Let me catch us back up here. Okay.
Bill, thanks again for the Aloha Takeout module and also the introductory phishing tutorial for pretending you don't know customers' email addresses. That was a great way to let our customers know a little bit about hacking. That was good stuff. I appreciate that. That was a joke, guys, but just know that is how a lot of people's data gets breached because, like Bill said, people ask us questions about our emails in a business environment. We don't think twice. No, that's not right. It's ryan.huckabee@ncr.com. Now they have a legitimate piece of information about you that perhaps they may not want to do legitimate business with. So be on your guard about that. Online and mobile ordering. Essentially, we're extending your business outside of the walls. We want you to sell more food and beverage and want you to be able to accommodate your guests in the methods that they want to do, namely that smartphone that they have or that laptop on their desk at work. So the online ordering platform is able to accommodate what I just mentioned, someone sitting at a PC or somebody browsing your website on their phone. The mobile enhanced version will simplify some of the menus and enable the touch features to be more intuitive than the full website is. So you don't have to feel like you're sacrificing opportunities to sell food and beverage to guests that are using their iPhones or Androids to place that order. We've thought of that, and we've already enabled that enhancement through the program. Okay. I don't think we need to go into a whole lot of detail here. With the orders automatically being routed to the kitchen and to the front of house with a ticket being opened through the Aloha Takeout module, you don't have somebody on the phones. You don't have a bar person unable to sling drinks because they're taking an order. And we're also minimizing mistakes because the order is confirmed every step of the way when an item is added to that order and then confirmed one last time with an email that the customer gets once they place their order. So the accuracy then is dependent upon the guest and not on that accurate note-taking for your employee on the phone. And again, we do all this remotely, so we don't have to have an IPOS technician on site. We're going to do all this from afar, so we're not actually interrupting your operations while we get this configured to your liking. Okay. And then as far as the visibility into what's happening, the back of house suite is very robust as far as the data. Not only can you monitor in-store and web orders simultaneously through that Aloha Takeout, but the analytics we provide, just like Bill mentioned, as far as all of the data you capture when someone places an order, that is also enhanced through the online method. You'll be able to see the number of clicks that people have gone to initiate an online order, the number of placed orders, and then we also give your guests the option of creating an account so they can store credit card information as well as create favorite orders. And you'll be able to dial all the way down to the individual guest as far as what their value is to your restaurant based on the amount of food and beverage they're ordering, and look and see their lifetime history as well. Similarly, as Bill mentioned, parsing that database of information to be able to look at guests that haven't placed an order with you in 30 days. That data and analytic information is also available online, and you can market to those folks as well. Make sure that they're, still aware that that is a function, as well as offering them perhaps an incentive to come back and do it again. Again, the purpose of our online ordering by integrating it with Aloha is ultimately to improve your guest experience. And I've already mentioned some of these bullet points. Speeding up the ordering process for a favorite order, just a couple clicks or taps on the phone and that order's placed. And then the graphic design and food images, as we look at the actual order flow, everything that you see is customizable. This can be as close of an approximation as your current website as you wish it to be, or it can be a simplified version. Either way, the functionality, the font choice, the verbiage, the descriptions, and the pictures of your food and beverage are completely customizable by you to increase the level of colorfulness or simplicity that you want your guests to be able to see when they use the service. And then last but not least, there's a lot of synergies with our other Aloha hosted solutions. Obviously, this is integrated with the Aloha point of sale, or we wouldn't be talking about it. Kitchen tickets will fire with the lead time and all the guest information and notes. A ticket opens in the front of house at the to-go station or expo station with the payment information ready to go through the Aloha Takeout module. But what you may not know is that the Aloha Stored Value, Loyalty, and Customer Voice applications are also integrated with online ordering. So if you have those functionalities already in place, for example, a loyalty program or the customer voice automated feedback program, instead of those triggers being defined at an in-restaurant dining experience, now when that guest places an order on your website, they can also receive whatever credit you're providing, either points or 6 meals, get the 7th one free for that loyalty reward, and they will also receive a customer satisfaction email the very next day requesting feedback about their most recent order and the fulfillment of that order. So obviously we're automating a lot of the processes, just physically placing an order over the phone, but we're also automating some of the amenities you're already providing to your guests and ensuring that every interaction, whether it's in the restaurant or online, gets the same treatment. And then obviously using the sticky media to be able to do like Starbucks does, and when the ticket prints out, put it right on the cup. Just helps your expo person or people and eliminates orders in a busy environment when you've got lots of orders coming in and going out at the same time. I think this slide kind of speaks for itself. We've got a lot of Aloha clients and a lot of clients being very successful with their online ordering programs, and these are all pretty well-known concepts.
Yeah, and again, Bill's going to show an example of a local client that is using online ordering, but you might want to take down a couple of these names and just go check out their websites and just see how they have taken and made it their own. So with that being said, Bill, we're going to turn it back over to you.
Thank you. And yeah, and while you can expect that all of those brands all have very professional websites and very strong brand presence, we're going to go ahead and show you that that is equally true here, that you will be able to have every bit as a strong brand identity and professionalism and interaction with your website, that it really shows you as a brand and a place to do business online. So what I'm going to show here is Heirloom Salad Company. Great little place, makes fantastic food. And we're going to show you through here how their website. So this is actually their regular website. If you just went to look up their...
You need to share, I'm sorry. You need to share your desktop.
There we go. Got it?
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem. So here's the regular website, and you can take a look at all of their yummy stuff there and their information, their hours, and everything else that they have at a glance. But by pressing the giant online order button there, you can go through and see their whole menu, everything that they've got. Fantastic selection of items here in general. What I want to show you here is that when we're looking at the regular website, you can see it is their address, and it's hosted by them, and this is however they choose to do their site. But when you click on the online ordering button here, you can see that the address changes over to Aloha Online Order. It's a seamless handoff. There's nothing seamless there, or nothing that stands out to the customer's point of view as when they're placing the order that they're being passed off, but they are being passed off to our secure site to handle all the transactions for them. And it is themed to look just like their website. They integrated all the colors. They made all the choices just like Ryan was saying. This is as much or as little detail as you want to do to make it blend in with your website, to look as a seamless integration and to carry your theme and your branding across all the way. We take it very seriously that makes sure that this looks like you are the one taking care of the business because you are, because this is your customer, this is your service, this is your menu. So when we go through and look at the actual ordering process for them, once you hit the online order button, it goes to this screen where you get to choose what type of order you were doing. And I'm just going to walk you through doing an individual order just so you get a feel for what the customer is experiencing when they go through and place their own orders. It's very straightforward. They choose the individual order that they would like to place here. So by pressing that, it says which location would you like to use it for. So in this case, they have one location where they are. We can go ahead and choose that location. And by selecting that, it brings up what type of reservation we would like to do or order and what date and time we would like to pick up. So it chooses from a list of times that have been assigned to it as available time slots in your menu, so it knows your hours of operation and can space them out accordingly if there's only certain hours that you want to go through. You choose the slot for what time you would like to have the delivery. And you can choose whether you want to do a standard delivery. So this is you've got your order and you would like to place it and you're going to go ahead and come by and pick it up. Or whether you want to do it by invitation. So these are for more futurely items out where they could go ahead and do it as a group would go ahead and plan a catered lunch or things for that order for an entire office. So if I do with a standard order here, and I'm going to do it for 11:30, it just takes me to the list of our full menu. We can choose the items from the left here, where we would like to choose whether our soups or sandwiches, the categories, and these are just defined by you to represent how your menu is laid out in locations as well. That way it keeps it familiar to them and consistent across whether they're in store or ordering from the comforts of home. Choosing a salad will bring up the descriptions of your different salads, the pictures that you can take a look at, pricing information, and everything to make your choices. And then by choosing the item, it will show you any modifiers will come up for that item, anything that you would like to accompany, any suggested add-ons or things that you would like to add as well, an opportunity to upsell perhaps to adding a chicken breast to those chef salads and anything else that you would like to do as an incremental sale. We get the option to choose sides and add-ons as we go through. It keeps a running tally on the right side for us so we know where we're at. We can also adjust quantities or anything else, and we can see that we haven't double-clicked anything or ordered anything by accident. Running total at the bottom. Once we choose that, we can go ahead and continue, and it's going to ask the customer if they already have an account with us. It's convenient. It's an opportunity for them to give us additional information and things that we can use for marketing, but it is not necessarily required. Sometimes there's incentives for it, but you would want to do this if you would want to link it to loyalty or things of that nature. And also if you are a place that does frequent lists or specials or featured items of the week, this would be an opportunity for them to take advantage of that as well. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and just continue. And it will ask me for basic names about the information so that I can go ahead and be contacted should there be any questions about my order, whether I want to be contacted by email or phone or however I would like to be reached. And once I've entered in that, in this case I entered in my email address, my phone number, and my name, it will go ahead and say, hey, this time is no longer available, and I did this on purpose to let it run past the allotted time. I left my screen open, and I dithered and I read through the menu. So now what it's going to do is it realizes there's no way that I can reach that 11:30 time. It's just not an option. So it's going to show me what the next one is. It's now after 11:30. Would you like to do the next time slot? We want to make sure that you know what time your food will actually be ready and that it's prepared for you and that it works. So it will go ahead and suggest the new time. And if we go ahead and hit OK, it will go ahead and take just request your payment as normal. Any coupons that you have, special instructions, orders, you can go ahead and confirm your payment and then go ahead and complete your order. And when you do that, you will get a confirmation for yourself that your order has in fact been placed and information. And that is a really quick and easy way for you to do it. There's no long details, no aggressive request information. It's just very straightforward, but it does give you an opportunity for your guests to give you additional information that you can use and would be of benefit for you. So with that, I will return it back to Renee if she has anything to add. And
actually, I just want to, does anyone have any questions about what we just reviewed? It's a lot of information, we understand, but.
It is a lot of information, and hopefully it's just a high-level overview. We want to make sure that you're comfortable with the experience and the familiarity of it. But if you are, by all means, if you would like more detailed questions or walkthrough, feel free to reach out to us at any of the contact information or calls here at the office. We would love to take the opportunity to do a little more detailed walkthrough of it with you, as well as kind of make sure that we're reaching out and setting up all the solutions that are best for you and your business and to help you what your plans are for growth and spreading out into other areas as well.
Hey, Renee, this is Ryan. I wanted to elaborate on one point that Bill wasn't able to show. One of the major advantages of our online ordering platform was the group order by invitation. So one of the challenges that our restaurant operators have with marketing towards local offices, lawyers' offices, doctors' offices, any sort of business, is if we're trying to attract a large group of people to order from us, whether it's a call-in order or an online order, it's a large task for an office manager to not only collect everyone's order, but then to read it to someone online, over the phone and make sure that it's accurate. Or it's a really big challenge just to collect the orders and then put them all in one at a time. The group order by invitation is going to alleviate that stress from the office manager and enable you to directly market to these groups. Group order by invitation will allow one person to create an account and then send out an invitation through the online ordering mechanism to whatever email addresses that office manager sets. That person then will get an email with a link from your online ordering website saying, Bill is buying lunch for you this Friday. You need to click this website and put in your order by Thursday at 3 p.m. so you can get your food. Now you've given each employee that is going to get that meal the responsibility of placing their order and giving them a deadline to do it. Once the orders come in, there are notifications automatically sent to that office manager that Ryan and Renee have placed their order, but Sarah and Matt still need to. Once that 3 o'clock window arrives, that point the office manager can confirm all the orders, and they will go as one big order to the online ordering profile. You set the lead times needed for that kind of order, and also you can request that those people get a phone call. But, you know, one of the major features of online ordering is ease of order, and we haven't left out large ordering groups for offices as well. We're very proud of that feature, and it's a great way for you to market to large audiences without making them have a large hassle to do so. I want to make sure you guys are aware of that function.
No, thanks for sharing, Ryan. That is optional. As you saw, standard orders, group orders by invitation are all three pieces that are available to you. You can choose to use or not use one of them, which is hence why it was not on the example that we used today. So thank you for bringing that up, Ryan. Great point. Anything else or any questions from anyone? Well, I think that wraps us for today then. And then again, if you do have any additional questions, please contact Integrated Point of Sale, and they will route, either answer your questions or route you to myself or Ryan to help you decide if online ordering is a solution for you. So thank you again, everybody. Have a great day. And we do have one more of these calls at the end of this month. The invitation should have been sent out. So if anyone else from your company would like to jump on and see, it will certainly be available. And we are recording this call as well, so that'll be accessible to you. So thank you very much, and have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.